You don't see people jump there. You're just like, calm down, guys. Enjoy the music and drink the drink. Why are you just? You guys have like, that's my dad. Oh,
Hello everybody, what is up people? You are welcome back to my channel, and if you are watching for the first time, hi, my name is Sonia John. So you all, I promised to give you guys premium content today. What you didn't know is that I was bringing creme de la creme to you. You did not know that I was giving you substance. So you all, today I present to you substance in the form of Harcourt. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
yes, Harcourt.
So please, Harcourt, introduce yourself.
Hi. What do you call your peeps?
But I don't have a name for them.
Okay, hi Sonia's peeps for now. Hi, my name is Harcourt. I'm a weekly vlogger. I'm actually based in Lagos, but I am from Port Harcourt, born and raised in Port Harcourt. So yeah, please, if you also haven't heard about me, come over to my channel. I also have premium content. Premium babes, we like to link up together. So yeah.
Alright you guys, I'll leave the link to her channel in the description box and also pin it in the comment section. So you all, for today's video, we will be talking about our experiences growing up in Port Harcourt City. You guys, both of us, we are Port Harcourt babes.
Have you?
Port Harcourt daughters. We are Port Harcourt first daughters.
Yeah, me, I'm second daughter.
We are second daughters. Okay, you've left the first daughter for them. Born, brought up and raised in Port Harcourt City, and we're just going to, be telling you guys what it looked like or what it felt like growing up in Port Harcourt City. So let us start with our guest. Aku, what was it like for you?
Wow, I was hoping you would start because no, let me say why. Because when you even mentioned this topic, I was so interested because I feel like my growing up experience will probably be so different from the average Port Harcourt citizen. Because first of all, I was so sheltered as a child.
Me too.
I was not really on road, so that's the thing. It was like a security thing because that, I think when we were also growing up was when the kidnapping was like at an all-time high. So parents were quite protected, and they were even kidnapping from schools at that time. So I was really sheltered. I also live in my village, like, because my family is actually from Port Harcourt. So I didn't have an address. I could walk freely around the village, and I knew, like, my family members. I was living amongst my family. They were all around and all. So when I see all these memes about violence and danger and things about Port Harcourt, I feel like I've not really seen that side. I don't know any like thugs or any gang members. Like, the people I know are just like normal village people. Like, we used to go like hunting, fishing, like playing in the village, things like that. So yeah, like, I feel like I had a really wonderful experience growing up in Port Harcourt, personally.
Mine was almost the same thing, as much as the fact that my mom would not let me go anywhere. It wasn't that my mom would not let me go anywhere, but she was not going anywhere herself.
Exactly.
And it was just me and my mom. It was just the two of us. So if she's not going anywhere, where are you going to?
Yeah.
And when she picks me up from school, she would drop me home and then go about her business, then probably come back by 6. Yeah. But there was one day I nearly burnt the house down.
Wow.
I used to see her boil water in the kettle for me to bath.
Yeah.
So she dropped me, and me too, I wanted to boil water for her to bath. So I put the water in the kettle and put it on the stove, and I went to sleep. And for hours, everything just dried up. The kettle was red. So when my mom came back and saw me sweating, the house was hot. She now decided that day that once she picked me from school, she's keeping me at home and she's staying at home with me. So I never really used to go out. Maybe when relatives come, they'll take me out. But my mom is not a going out person. She just go about her business and come back and stay in the house. So you too, when you come back from school, you stay in the house.
In that regard, I feel like there's a difference because I used to go out a lot.
Oh, okay.
But just not without parental supervision. And there will be driver, there will be somebody in the car as well, like accompanying me, because I have a lot of family friends now. So even if it's like a family friend's house I'm going to, or like events with my parents, like birthdays, burials, things like that, I'm used to attending a lot of events because I feel like my parents are quite, like, should I call it like socialites in a way, like they like to do Port Harcourt activities. So yeah, I feel like in that regard I used to go out a lot.
So yeah, what about the entertainment? What was the entertainment like for you? The music? How did you feel when I'm in Port Harcourt?
I was so hyped because he mentioned my dad's name in the song.
Oh really?
Yeah. So And I was telling people myself like, that's my dad. I was so happy. Even when Burna Boy first started. Burna Boy is from Port Harcourt now. I was so impressed with him. Even I feel like Timaya started in Port Harcourt, even though he's a very guy.
He did.
Music was, and another music I used to love was Awilo. I don't know if it was I think it was in my village. I felt because we were doing like all the village parties and stuff. No, we used to have a lot of fun, like dancing, and then Nollywood as well. We used to watch a lot. There was like that. In fact, that's a big memory of growing up because there was like all those film stores that you could go and buy.
Yes,
those times. So that's what I would do. If I got cassette or whatever, I would just walk inside the village, buy my film. I feel like entertainment, and now see Omale. Hey,
I'm telling you, the guys
have
making
so much
proud,
talent in this particular. So I feel like entertainment wise, I was always entertained. What of you?
I was actually really enjoying myself. When the time Port Harcourt Boy was trending, I was in the east in a boy state. So I was exactly. I'm enjoying the evolution. I feel like Port Harcourt entertainers, they've actually been doing very well for a very long time. But we don't realize it until outsiders recognize them. We'll not be shouting a PH boy or not PH boy.
True.
I feel like that's but they've been doing really well. Recently, was it last week? I was listening to this guy. I don't think he's too popular like that, whether it's Dr. Paz or Paz. And I was like, wow.
He's good. There's another guy, Dan Dizzy. He is so good. Like I never even heard of his music. I saw him live at that Plugged music festival.
Okay, that happened this year.
No, it didn't happen this year. It happened like 2 years. It happened the last 2 years.
So one Davido came.
Exactly, that one.
Okay, I think I saw it on your channel.
Exactly. So that was the one I actually heard him, and I was like, who is this? Like, you can actually hear our talent. I feel like some other artists is studio that they make music. Like, it's in the studio by the time they use the auto tune, by the time they use their instruments. But Port Harcourt people, like, the talent is just raw. Like, did you ever go to Delight Zone? Sorry,
no.
And Delight Zone was like our kind of that was the former pleasure park, if I would put it like that.
You don't go anywhere. At this point, now that I've grown, because I'm a grown girl, at this point I feel like it's just laziness. Like, if the thing I'm going out to do is not productive, I'm just like, what's the point? Then I'll just slide down at home. Really, I feel like it's just laziness.
Yesterday I went out, like I went clubbing, and I was like, God, I think I'm actually getting old, because like club is not even sweet again. Like, I used to be so excited to go to the club, but now you don't see people jumping there. You're just like, enjoy the music and drink the drink. Why are you just
he shock you?
Why are you rough? I vlogged about it, so please tell about my vlog to check that out. No, so I feel you, food you were saying.
Yeah, okay, food. Like, I was having an argument with my friend the other day, because my mom is from Akwa Ibom.
Okay.
So most of my experience is actually the Ibibio experience. So I was having like a conversation with my friend the other day, and we were talking about food. So we're like, between River State and Akwa Ibom State, like, who has the best kind of food?
Yeah.
So like, do you think? And she was like, what's on the top for River State? What? And I gave her just already, because she came to us and I gave her native soup.
Oh, yeah.
Water. So what do you think about the food? Like, what do you think about
I love our traditional food too. But you know, I think the thing with me, both my parents are Rivers, but my mom grew up in Enugu.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like we also eat a lot of kind of Igbo kind of foods, like the soups as well. But then one thing I would say about Port Harcourt food is that Bole has just finished work for everybody.
Exactly.
So as in, you can't argue past that.
You cannot argue.
You can't argue past that. Really, I true. And then in my house we eat a lot of yam. Exactly. So I love the fact that here you can even get roasted yam, roasted plantain, fish. As in, like, fish is actually something that we do eat a lot of here as well, like seafood, prawns, like I enjoyed my open salad, like all the water I like it, and it's healthy.
I actually like it.
Less of the heavy oil.
I eat a lot of the BBO meals, but when it has to do with
I don't think I've actually eaten the BBO meal
everything
before.
I've eaten it. Everything I've eaten it, but the native soup, the seafood, the bole finish work.
Bole actually like
I had in Lagos, they eat it with groundnuts. No
yes,
I had to wait to eat that.
don't do that.
Stop it. Get some help.
See, I had
with no sauce,
no sauce,
nothing.
just garlic and roasted plantain.
Not sorry, not sorry.
They are lacking flavor. Flavor comes from the south.
Okay, so let me tell you my own experience in this particular one before I ask you. So growing up, I used to be terrified of Harcourt men. They were too violent. Yes, baby, come here. They were too violent. Like I literally used to cry and run and go and meet my mom. And then she will now go to the man and be like, "What did they find with this small people?" Exactly. So if any guy was like, they will say, "I'll leave that girl or her mother." Now this particular guy I used to have nightmares of. Like the guy, this guy used to do nothing. He would just come and stand like he was a neighbor. He would just come out and he would now blink his eye, and I would run inside. And I used to have nightmares of this guy chasing me.
Oh my god!
So like, what was your experience like growing up with the men in Harcourt?
Hey god!
And their violence was sweet. Can't you just be nice and smooth and
gentle?
You have to be and they always do what I hear. I'm running for my life.
I think that will take me back to being sheltered because I feel like I didn't really have experiences with guys, and I lived in my own family compound. So who is talking to me then? Like the first guy I ever spoke to, I was in Lagos. I even remember Silverbird Cinema, and the guy just walked up to my heart was about to fly from my chest. Like I was so scared. He was even the white boy. So you're lucky. When we are grown, I feel like Rivers guys, they have something about them, they know how to take care of babes.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yes,
They do. They are very caring. As in when a Rivers guy takes care of you, they will be doing you like you're an egg. Like even just my friends, when we're going out, like they make sure you get home. They'll be ones to pick you. Like they don't like you spending any of your money. Like at least the ones I know, the way you turn your eye there is as if are you agreeing or disagreeing?
No, I'm actually agreeing because my friend that came with me is from Rivers State, and when I called you and I was like, okay, she's here, you can go in and do what you want to do. I'll come and meet you. They're like, no, I want to make sure you are safe.
Can you see? Exactly.
I want to make sure
so
you have seen her. But actually,
they're also very violent guys, and I feel like there are a lot of guys in Port Harcourt that are just like, I don't know if I would call it angry. Like if they see a woman that's like doing well, they don't like it. I feel like they like to dominate their women, but the issue is that Rivers women are also very dominant.
That's exactly what I was about to say. My friend used to say that she's Ikwe too, but she used to say that Ikwe men like to put women here. But the Ikwe women too.
Exactly, because you're raised by
the same. They don't agree.
I feel like if anybody made me as like empowered as I am, I would probably credit my dad, because my dad never treated me like, oh you're a girl, do this, you're a girl, do that. As in, he always empowered me. Anywhere we go, I'll sit down on the front table with him. Like, they didn't used to do, oh, you're a girl, move behind or this. He'll make me make speech. He used to encourage me to talk, to like be heard, So, I feel like when a Rivers man also raises you, you have the same character.
I feel like
we are just
new generation of men. They are, I think, different from the former generation. I think that trying to dominate was former generation, but everybody's having sense.
Now they are caring, they are accommodating, they cooperate. Exactly.
You are trying,
you're trying. But I don't date guys from River State, even though I'm praising them like this. Because I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure if I would want to live in Port Harcourt. Fully, like long.
What if the person is willing to also relocate now? The person might be willing to.
That's the truth, child. That's what my cousin was saying the other day.
Or you might meet someone from Rivers in a place that.
That would be ideal. So that would be ideal. Rivers or Igbo, just come at me, okay?
Are people weird? Rivers or Igbo? How about Rivers State is not really like a place where we have, let's say, I think it's dominantly Christians. But what's like the religion growing up for you? Did you grow up in like a place where there were like a lot of Muslims? We don't even have that.
I feel like if there's anything, it's probably like, I feel like there's a lot of, I don't want to say it. Yes, exactly, like
traditionalists,
native doctors and things, like, and as I said, I grew up in my village, so I did used to see, I'm not saying I used to see native doctors, but they used to do a lot of traditional rites. You're moving into the house, they'll be pouring alcohol on the foundation, or they'll cut goat or something.
They will like use starch and create a special house until they are done with that burial. And I want to see what is this? And all the children must be indoors until after that burial. and
I
all
did see
of
that one,
I used to see that one.
but yeah, I feel like it's more of
More
traditional. What we even call it, traditional practice than religion. But then me in my house, we're Christians, we're Anglican, we've always done church. But do you know something I would say? And I wish I vlogged it. I was at an event. It was actually my great grand auntie's birthday, and Wike came to the church. That's the governor. So he made a speech about, because when he came in, what I'm trying to say is that church is also kind of political,
Of course.
especially Anglican church. And he made a speech about how, because when he first walked in, the pastor was like, he'll give 50 million or something. No, he will give his promise to complete the building.
Okay.
He now said no, he never said that, but that he will give them 50 million. And everybody in the church started screaming and all of this. And I'm just like, this is what I didn't like about church growing up. Because really and truly, it's during harvest. God, I'm scared to say this, but like, my dad doesn't really go to church, let me put it like that. But harvest Sunday, he will come to church, they will put him at the front of the church immediately, just because they know he's going to drop money or something, So I feel like that's the part about religion I don't really like. But then I love that my mom is also Pentecostal, so I was able to now go to Pentecostal churches and start seeing that there's a different way to even do things. If not, I feel like the Christianity in this River State we get as a bit religion wise.
We are slowly coming to the end of this video. I don't want it to end.
But it's been nice actually. Even talking about all these things. Some things I would have never thought about to talk about.
I was thinking about it yesterday night. Like, what am I even going to say? Then I started remembering my experiences. Okay, so let's say if you were to choose another city to grow up and it was not Port Harcourt, which city in Nigeria would you choose?
I have to choose Lagos.
Why? Lagos is chaotic.
I know Lagos is chaotic, but Lagos is also very fun. And I have a lot of family in Lagos. I did secondary school in Lagos, so I feel like that's where my friends are. That's where I kind of even started seeing things. Like I said, the first guy I ever spoke to was in Lagos. Like most of my mature experiences happened in Lagos, and I just feel like Lagos it's a bit strange because there's a lot of pretense. So I love the fact that I did grow up in Port Harcourt because it gave me kind of like a grounded foundation. But in Lagos you see that it's not politics like it is in Port Harcourt, but there's still a game that's being played. There's like societal levels. Everybody is trying to show who is not Raz, who is Raz, who is this, who is that. So I feel like Lagos also gives you a kind of finesse, like you kind of learn to navigate the catty side of life type of thing, whereas in Port Harcourt you can be very naive thinking that it's only if somebody is carrying a gun that you need to watch out for them. No, in Lagos, you need to watch out for everybody. Whether they are carrying gun or not. Exactly. They will spy your face. Once you leave, they are talking about you. So, I feel like I would say Lagos, but then am I really sure? The thing with Abuja is that Abuja is calm, Abuja was so nice, but I just don't know what it was like for people growing up there, because I feel like it was very it was kind of deserted when we were growing up, I think that's when Abuja was just coming up, and that's when I think Goodluck got into office, so more Rivers people started going to Abuja. But then, so to grow up now, I would say maybe Abuja, but back then I would have said Lagos.
I'll pick Uyo in Akwa Ibom State. I spent 5 years there. I studied law at University of Uyo.
Okay.
So I just love the fact that the whole city is calm. Like the first day I went, when I was going to write my post to UME, that was the first time I traveled to you, and I was like, "Mommy, hurry up, traffic. There is traffic. There is no traffic in Uyo. Like everywhere is just free. The roads are very, very motorable. And what else? The food is amazing, and I like cheap food. The foods are cheap. And transport. No. I feel like if you're looking to just start life on a very low scale or low budget, that should be like a city on your list, because everything there is very, 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 very cheap. The transportation is too cheap. They would let's say maybe from here to my 15 naira.
Wow.
Yes. The first time I was going on my own.
Even in this 2020.
Currently, the first time I was going on my own, And I just like for those of you that know you, I stopped at Economy Man and I wanted to get to Plaza, and I entered the bus and I was like, how much? I was expecting, I did not really know the place, but when we got to the place I was expecting like to pay 200 naira, and the conductor said 50 naira. I was like, are you sure you know your job?
Wow.
Do you know what you're doing? The only problem I have is that, okay, apart from now that, let's say the youths there are trying to just, you know, hustle and take the entrepreneurial thing to the next level. Before, when I went there newly, like all the youths, especially the guys, the only thing they just felt like they could do was politics. So there was this joke we used to make in school when we see this guy and we ask him about what do you do for a living, and he says, I'm a politician. So we'll say, oh, you are the boy of a boy of a boy of a boy of a PA of a PA of a, like they think that that's the only thing, just to be the boy of a boy of a boy that knows somebody, that knows the PA, that knows the governor. It was just not making sense to me. So it was just recently that I started seeing youth. It started with the girls, actually, no offense, started with the girls. They'll just start doing things, and then I started seeing guys doing things. But initially, like the only occupation, what do you do for a living? I'm a politician. What do you do for a living? Like they take politics to another funny level. So I feel like that's the only thing. But the place is very peaceful, very sweet, very nice to live in. But I am very grateful that I grew up in Port Harcourt. At least got to see the ins and the outs and everything. I did not really experience violence like that. So
me neither. I've never been in like a armed robbery. Nobody has ever robbed my house. I've never had any.
I think I experienced, let's say, a near robbery in traffic around Garrison.
Wow.
And one guy just walked up to my mom's car and he was like, mommy, give us our own. And before she could wind up, he now put like a gun. He put a gun. We just started blood of Jesus, and as God will have it, the line just moved and my mom just zoom, and he fell on from because the speed my mom used to just zoom, boom.
Wow.
So that was the only thing close to a robbery that I experienced. Anyways, guys, I think we've come to the end of this very interesting video.
Such a cool video, and I love the fact that we both have positive experiences growing up in PH. So we will not even recommend anyone else. Come and raise your children in PH. Then from like secondary school, they can go other places.
Come and help your family's life.
Exactly. Even though these suits that's happening in Port Harcourt these days, it makes me feel like, how are the kids going to breathe like in the future?
It's bad.
Everywhere is black. Even
once you clean your house, you just put your hand.
Looking blackish. Exactly, it's terrible. So
and can nothing be done about it?
They need to get to the roots of the matter now. Nobody knows what exactly is causing it, and I can't believe that the government has really not done some kind of investigation.
Maybe it's because it has not done visible damage that they've seen. In Nigeria, we like to see that people have died first before they start taking action.
That's just the only thing I can consider as a downside right now, Sha.
Well, God will help us. Alright, you guys, I know you enjoyed this video, so please give my channel a subscription. I don't even know what I just said, but subscribe to my channel.
I like the video.
Yes, like this video, and leave a comment in the comment section. I would also leave the link to our creme de la creme channel in the description.
But yeah, please definitely come over and subscribe, because even though I'm based in Lagos, I still do Port Harcourt content. I still do Abuja content.
There's a lot of Port Harcourt vlogmas content. I've been sleeping on her channel. Just go and enjoy it and have fun. You're not here. We are not okay. We are mad. But over there in her channel, like very soothing. This is so soothing to watch.
Thank you.
So you'll go check her channel out, and I will see you in the next video. So kisses. Bye.